What comes to your mind when you hear the word internet cinema? Probably some amateur performance by dilettante actors filmed on a smartphone and edited so poorly it hurts. However unprofessional, it will still do fine for the internet, right? And what if this internet cinema is also made in China? Whatever you might be thinking, Chinese internet cinema is nowadays among the most vibrant, unique, and underestimated cinema niches in the world. Although lacking massive budgets, Chinese internet movie creators make up for any technical flaws with their imagination and energy, and the result looks way more spectacular and expensive than an average action film made in the West. If you're still new to this kind of cinema, but you live for exciting adventure stories and exotic oriental mysticism, then A Strange Story of an Executioner is a great way to start your acquaintance with the Chinese internet cinema. Executioner's Strange Talk takes place in an undefined folklore past. Well known to those who watched, for example, the Detective D movies, while devoid of magic and sorcery, this world has omnipotent potions and occult sciences, and its characters boast incredible combat skills that are clearly exaggerated. For example, while ignoring zombies, ghosts, and demons, Chinese internet movies recognize the existence of magic potions and various exotic insects that can be controlled through certain rituals. But how do you perceive a difference so subtle? Well, that's a good question. As the movie begins, we're immersed into the world of ritual execution. It turns out that executioners are not just silent big guys with swords, but powerful and even mystical figures. A public execution is not just a process of cutting off someone's head, but rather a fully fledged ritual with its rules and laws. In addition of knowing how to kill a person, executioners must also be experts in occult sciences and other esoteric teachings. The film starts with a short prologue about an executioner that helped a prisoner escape by cutting his ropes with a precise blow. Although the prologue has nothing to do with the main storyline, it serves to create the vibes of a scary fairy tale. The escape story is told by a local boy called Tian-Yu that entertains the audience before another execution begins, the one that will introduce to us Tian-Yu's teacher and the film protagonist. His name is Xi-Yue. He's a seasoned executioner whose task is to cut off the head of a witch. Things don't go as planned though. Some people come to the witch's rescue. As for the witch herself, she has no intention to give up without a fight. Xi-Yue's pupils rush to help their teacher, and this is where the movie creators play their best card. What follows is hands down the most stunning combat scene in the whole film. The scene has it all: suspense, spectacular action sequences, light humor, and top-notch high-speed editing, which is a nod to the Hong Kong action movies of the 80s. As a result, the witch is defeated, yet there is a but. The problem is that Xi-Yue fails to execute the witch before the aromatic sticks have burned out, and this, according to the legend, puts him and those dear to him in danger. Since Xi-Yue has no family, the people closest to him are his pupils, and naturally they become worried. Then the movie takes us to a neighboring district where we meet new characters of the film, a ritual expert named Jiu-Sheng and his pupil Jiu-Mei. Hunting for easy money, they're trying to fool a rich landowner named Fu. Fu wants to move a family grave, and Jiu-Sheng is set to give him a hand. However, a new place for the grave, which by the way was carefully selected according to the rules of Feng Shui, and it turns out to be an outright bad location. As Fu's servants start to dig a grave, they face an army of aggressive snakes emerging from underground. The only way for Jiu-Sheng to bring to an end what she has started is to turn to Xi-Yue. Thing is, Xi-Yue has a powerful ghost sword that can help with the calamity. Meanwhile, Xi-Yue gets in trouble as well. A night watchman spots the witch who was supposed to be executed come back to town. There appears to be a link between the witch and the grave storylines, which means that Xi-Yue, Jiu-Sheng, and their pupils will have to close ranks. Executioner's Strange Talk is one of those films made, so to say, with all the money the creators had. The special effects are a far cry from Hollywood The special effects are a far cry from Hollywood blockbusters, and the movie makes no attempt to appear something more than an entertaining fantasy action film targeted at those who appreciate Oriental exotics. But at the same time, this is exactly what works to the film's advantage. Without setting unrealistic goals, the movie team knows how to make the best of what they... Without setting unrealistic goals, the movie team knows how to make the best of what they have. Executioner Strange Talk has a detective intrigue, suspense, action, and quite unexpectedly, lots of humor that goes back to the Hong Kong classic films of the 1980s, among which is Mr. Vampire. Fans of the Hong Kong classics will be delighted to see veteran comedians such as Billy Lau and Gabriel Wong, who have small yet memorable roles in Executioner's Strange Talk.